The call of the Great Spirit. In the stillness of the ancient forest, where leaves whisper to the wind and the mountain birds sing of dawn, a voice rises gentle as the first breath of spring, strong as the river that never stops flowing. It is the voice of the Sacred One, speaking to the child of the earth that is you. O child of light, the voice murmurs like wind over mountain peaks. Listen not with your ears, but with your heart, for my words are meant for the soul. You are standing at the crossroads between hope and weariness. Your mind is entangled in the fleeting, and your heart is heavy like the sky before the storm. But I am here. I have always been here in the stars above, in the fire-red sunset, and in the tears you have not yet wiped away. Sit with me for a while, the Spirit says, like a child resting against the chest of its mother. Let me lift the sorrow from your shoulders like feathers falling from the wing of a wounded bird. I will sing to your soul the song of peace that your ancestors once chanted around the sacred fire. I am the keeper of promises, like the sun that always returns with each new dawn. When you awaken and whisper my name, my heart dances like the deer beneath the golden morning light. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you never shall be. You have placed your trust in me as the eagle trusts the wind to carry it. Higher, keep my word close, like embers in your chest through the coldest nights. Remember this, I have saved you from the deep, brought you through storms, set your feet upon steady ground when the world seemed to crumble around you. Look back on the path you've walked, the Spirit says. Was I not with you in the valley of shadows? Did I not carry you through fire without a single hair on your head burned? There are still wonders ahead of you. But first believe. Believe that you are worthy of love, worthy of healing. Believe your life carries purpose, just as every falling leaf has its reason. You are the echo of your ancestors' prayers, the living breath of an ancient promise spoken beneath the season's first moon. So rise each day like a warrior kindling the sacred flame. Let gratitude be the first thing that leaves your lips. Pray not only for yourself, but for the bloodline running through your family, for that is what stirs my spirit most. When the world grows loud, when your heart trembles like autumn leaves in the wind, return to me. In birdsong, in the beat of the sacred drum, I will remind you, I am your refuge. The whisper in the storm, the eagle feather you find beside the Rivera sign that I am near. In the hush of twilight, when the sky turns the color of burning sage and the earth breathes deep, beneath the stars I call out to you once more. You who feel unworthy, you whose spirit has wandered far from home, my love for you, says the Great Spirit, is older than the mountains and deeper than the oceans. Before your first breath, I formed you in the secret place, with hands shaped from stardust and breath taken from the wind. You are no accident, you are my dream-given form. Even when you ran, thinking I could not see your pain, I followed. Like the wolf who watches over its wounded kin, I walked where you walked through barbed paths and broken days. I heard every silent cry you swallowed, every ache you buried beneath your smile. You believed you had to earn my love, the Spirit whispers, as if love was a trade. But my love has no cost, it is your birthright. Many voices have tried to tell you otherwise. They spoke shame into your bones. They bent your spirit like young willow branches, hoping you would forget your sacred origin. But I planted truth inside you, deeper than lies could reach. And that truth says, you are mine, still, always. I have counted every scar on your soul, and I call each one beautiful. Not because you were never broken, but because you kept breathing when all seemed lost. I was there when you felt forgotten, when the night stretched long and the silence felt louder than thunder. I wrapped you in my spirit like a blanket of buffalo hide, keeping your heart warm while the world grew cold. There were days you no longer believed in Mabut, still I believed in you. I placed strength in your bones like granite beneath the river. I poured fire into your blood, the same flame your ancestors carried when they walked across deserts and danced beneath storm clouds. You were born from warriors and dreamers. You are not weak, you are rising. Rest now, beloved one, the Spirit says. lay down your shame. Let me wash the dust from your spirit, the lies from your skin. Let me hold you in silence until your soul sings again. For I do not love the version of you that performs or pleases. I love you as you are tangled, tired, and trying. My love is not a river that runs dry, not a drum that loses its rhythm. It is the stars that return each night. It is the sky that never forgets to open. It is the earth that carries you even when you stumble. When you say, I am not enough, I say, you are everything. You are not just part of creation. You carry the breath of the Creator. You are not just surviving, you are sacred. So walk forward now, not in fear, but in remembrance. Remember who you are. You are the one I sing over at dawn. You are the one I wait for beneath the cedar trees. You are the one I will never give up on, not in this life or the next. You are loved, always, without end. When the sun begins its slow journey across the sky and the wind hums low like a prayer remembered, I speak again to your spirit. To you, weary traveler, who have wandered so long and far from the home your heart longs for. You have not been forgotten, the Great Spirit says, voice gentle as the snowfall on high mountain peaks. You have not missed your destiny. You have not ruined the path I laid for you. Your feet may be blistered, your back bent from burdens not yours to carry, but you are still on the sacred road, even when you lost sight of it. Even when the storm covered your tracks and the fog made your direction unclear. I was never far. I've walked each mile with you silent, steady, sure. I've waited for your heart to turn toward the sound of my voice, like a deer lifting his head to listen for water. You have mistaken delay for denial. You thought the dry season meant I was done with you. But seeds do not die in winter, they sleep. And I have been planting in you while you thought you were buried. You are not forgotten, I whisper again, this time through the chirping of sparrows and the rustle of tall grass. You are being called home. This is not a home made of brick or steel. It is not the kind the world gives then takes away. It is the place where your spirit remembers its name. It is where peace grows wild and grace reigns soft. It is where you walk in step with who you truly are with me. Do not fear the journey back. The path will rise to meet your feet. The old shame will crumble like dry clay. The wounds will weep, yes, but healing will follow like spring follows snow. I do not ask for perfection on this road. I'll only ask for honesty. Bring me your truth, even if it trembles. Bring me your sorrow, even if it screams. Bring me all that you've been hiding behind smiles and silence. The door to my presence is never locked. It does not swing on hinges of worthiness. It opens wide for the one who knocks with an open heart. Come and sit beside me. Let me remind you of things you forgot in the noise, the rhythm of your breath, the power of stillness, the wisdom in your bones. Let me restore what the world told you was lost. You were made for this place, I say. This land of promise, this space of rest. Not just someday, but now. You carry the map in your chest, etched between heartbeats. And I am the compass that never spins wild. I will lead you with peace. I will speak through signs and softness. I will not shout, but you will hear me clearly. There is no need to punish yourself for what you didn't know then. The road behind you was not wasted, it shaped the soul now returning. Even in exile, you were being led. This is not the end, this is the beginning of the return. The ground beneath your feet remembers you. The rivers sing your name. The wind carries your story across the hills. The sky has held your prayers like smoke from the sacred fire. You are not lost. You are coming home. There comes a moment, child of the dust and stars, when you must risen not with violence, but with vision. Not in haste, but in holy resolve. You have sat long enough in the ashes of what was. Now the Spirit calls you forward. I will deliver you. I say not from punishment, but from the weight you were never meant to bear, from the chains forged by fear and failure, from the stories spoken over you that were never true. The journey of deliverance begins not with movement of feet, but with the turning of your heart It begins in the stillness where my voice meets your silence. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are not the sum of mistakes or missteps. You are the promise I planted before time wore its first wrinkle. You are the echo of freedom. Can you hear it? It calls to you like the cry of the eagle over canyon walls. It sings in the rhythm of drums that beat beneath your ribs. Deliverance is not some distant reward, it is the song rising from within. But hear me, deliverance is a path, not a portal. You will not wake one day and find all chains gone. They will fall link by link, lie by lie, as truth takes root in your soil. Some days you will feel no progress. The road will wind through deserts and shadows. You will doubt. You will stumble. But even there, I walk beside you. When fear rises, I will teach you how to sing over it. When shame clings, I will wrap you in garments woven from mercy. When old voices echo, I will speak louder if you listen. You have not been abandoned. I have walked the wilderness too. I know what it is to hunger, to thirst, to wait. I do not rush your deliverance. I sanctify it. Do not compare your journey to others. What looks like delay may be depth. What seems slow may be sacred. Your path is carved for your feet alone, and I walk it with you. Let go of what was never yours to carry. The guilt passed down from broken bloodlines. The blame whispered by wounded hearts. The need to be enough for everyone but yourself. Come, release them. Let them return to dust. And watch as I lift you, not because you are strong, but because you are mine. The journey of deliverance is not about escaping, but about becoming. You are being shaped into truth. You are being restored to the image you've always carried but forgotten. I will teach you how to dance again, feet unshackled, spirit light. I will show you how to walk with purpose, even when the land is unfamiliar. I will remind you that the fire that threatened to destroy you has only refined you. You do not need to fight alone. Call on me. Call on the ancestors. Call on the sacred wind. There is a whole host that walks with you. When you are tired, rest. When you are afraid, speak. When you are unsure, remember, deliverance is not a destination. It is a daily invitation. One step at a time, one breath at a time, one truth at a time. And not faithful as the sunrise will guide you all the way home. There comes a time in every soul's journey when the Spirit stops you in your tracks, not to punish, but to invite. An invitation as old as the rivers, as ancient as fire. The invitation to forgive. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is not pretending the wound never bled. It is not allowing harm to return. No, child of the earth, forgiveness is something deeper, something holy. It is the way a tree releases a leaf in autumn, not because the leaf was bad, but because the time has come. It is the way the river lets go of stones, carrying them downstream until they are smooth. You have carried many stones, heavy ones, sharp ones, names thrown at you like spears, words you whispered in anger, even at yourself, betrayals that dug into your spirit like thorns. But I tell you now, release them. Not because they deserved it, not because it was fair, but because you deserve to be free. Forgiveness is the medicine the soul drinks when it is ready to heal. And healing, my beloved, is your birthright. Some will say you must wait until they apologize, until they change, until justice arrives. But the Spirit says, forgiveness begins with you, within you, between you and me. When you forgive, you do not say what happened was right. You simply say, I will no longer let it rule me. You reclaim your power. You return to your peace. You take your hands off the fire and let it die out. Yes, some wounds are deep, and forgiveness may take time like a seed buried under winter snow, but in time, it will sprout, and in its shade, your soul will rest. Forgive others, yes, but also forgive yourself for the things you did in survival, for the words you didn't say, for the times you stayed too long or left too soon, for not knowing better when you didn't know how. You are not your worst day. You are not your broken moment. You are the one who kept walking, the one who chose to keep breathing. the one who still sings. I do not hold your mistakes against you. Why should you? Release the shame. It has no home in your sacred body. Let it dissolve like mist at sunrise. Speak aloud what needs to be spoken. Bury what no longer needs to be carried. Stand in the field of your soul and let grace fall like rain. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength braided with tenderness. It is the fire that burns away bitterness and makes space for new life. There will be days when the pain returns like echoes from canyon walls. Do not fear them. Sit with them. Listen. Then remind them you are no longer chained to that moment. Your soul is no longer a prisoner of yesterday. You have chosen the sacred way, the way of release, the way of freedom. And I, who watches all, am proud of you. Keep walking, keep forgiving, keep rising. This path is not easy, but it is holy. There are places in the spirit world where even the bravest hearts tremble. Valleys thick with fog, paths that twist with sorrow, canyons carved by ancient grief. And yet, the journey leads us there not to punish, but to transform. You may find yourself in such a place where the sun hides behind clouds of doubt, where the air feels heavy with old pain, where your steps echo with questions, and the night speaks with the voice of your fears. But listen closely. Child of the wind, the shadow is not your enemy. It is the elder who teaches in silence. It is the dark soil where your roots deepen. It is the cocoon that holds you while you become. Do not run from it. Do not numb it with noise or distraction. Do not bury it beneath false light. Sit with it. Breathe in its lessons. Let it show you the shapes of your wounds, the places still aching, the names still haunting. Because only in truth can healing take root. You were taught to fear darkness, to believe it was the absence of light. But that is not so. Darkness is the womb of the stars, the place where seeds dream of blooming, the mystery that holds sacred wisdom. When you walk through the shadow, you are not lost. You are being initiated. You are meeting your deeper self, the part of you that does not wear a mask, the part that remembers. Remember now, your ancestors walked through many nights. They crossed deserts of despair. They stood alone in storms, and they survived. So too will you. You carry their strength in your bones, their songs in your breath, their prayers in your pulse. When the shadow whispers, "You are broken," speak back, "I am becoming." When it says, "You are alone," answer, "I am with the Spirit." When it growls, "You will not make it," declare, "I already have." Yes, you will cry. Yes, you will fall. But each tear waters your soul. Each fall teaches you the ground's kindness. You are not weak for feeling. You are not less for trembling. You are human, beautifully, fiercely, tenderly human. The Spirit walks beside you, even in silence. The earth holds you, even when you cannot feel her. The stars above remember your name, even when you forget it. There will come a moment, quiet and small, when the first light returns. Maybe it's a bird singing at dawn. Maybe it's laughter you thought you lost. Maybe it's just the breath you finally take without pain. And you will rise, not as you were, but as you are meant to be. You will carry the shadow not as a burden, but as a teacher. A sacred mark on your path, a chapter in your becoming. So walk on, child of the sacred night. With each step, you become the light you were seeking. The shadow does not define you. Your courage does. There comes a time when the one who walked through the storm becomes the one who carries the flame. This is the way of our people. We do not rise from pain only to forget it. We rise to keep the fire that warmed us alive for others still walking in the dark. You are now the fire keeper. It may not feel like it at first. Your hands may still tremble. Your voice may still carry the hush of grief. But the flame is there, small, sacred, steady. It burns with the wisdom of every step you have taken. You have sat in silence. You have listened to the wind cry through the trees. You have felt the earth breathe beneath your fear. You have faced your own shadow, and now it bows to you. You are no longer afraid of the dark. You understand it. And that is power, not the kind that dominates, but the kind that heals. To be a firekeeper is not to shine for yourself, but to offer warmth to those whose hearts are cold. It is to hold space for stories not yet told, tears not yet cried, hopes not yet dared. You do not need to speak loudly. Your presence is enough. People will feel the peace you carry. They will gather close, not to be saved, but to remember their own light. Remember, the fire you carry is not only yours, it is ancient. It belongs to the grandmothers who prayed by rivers, to the warriors who sang beneath stars, to the children who danced in the smoke of morning. You carry them all. And now you must tend the fire. Feed it with truth, guard it with kindness, pass it on with care. You will meet others who are cold, angry, lost. Do not fear them. Do not judge them. Offer them the light. Sometimes all a person needs is to sit beside another who refuses to let the fire die. And when you grow tired, because even firekeepers grow tired, return to the source. Sit with the trees. Lay your worries in the river. Speak to the stars. They will remind you that you are never alone. This path is sacred but not easy. There will be nights when the wind howls too loud, when your flame flickers. But trust, the Spirit tends your fire when your hands grow weak. You are watched. You are loved. The ancestors dance when you rise. The earth hums when you walk with purpose. The fire you keep will become a beacon not because you forced it, but because you lived it. Let your flame guide. Let it soften. Let it teach. For now, you are not only the one who made it through. You are the one who lights the way. You are the firekeeper. The journey is not over. No, it has only changed shape. The road that once curved into shadow now winds beneath a rising sun. You have walked far, firekeeper, and now your steps begin to lead you home. But home is not always a place. It is a way of being. A rhythm in your chest that matches the heartbeat of the earth. It is the place where you no longer run from yourself, where you sit beside your spirit and say you are safe here. Many believe the journey ends when the pain ends, but you know better. The path is not about reaching a final piece. It is about remembering who you are while still walking. Home is where you remember. You remember the sound of your own laughter before the storm came. You remember the way the sky opened for you once, when you were still wild and unbroken. You remember the songs your soul sang before it was hushed by sorrow. And now those songs return, soft at first, like the hush of wind through pine, like a child humming to herself while watching butterflies. You remember how to live not just survive. You gather roots, not because you are afraid to fall again, but because you wish to grow deeper. You listen to the elders, not because you are lost, but because you now understand the value of a story well lived. And you see others walking, limping, crawling, just as you once did. You nod to them, no need for words. Just eyes that say, I know, keep going. Some will not believe your journey. Some will question your scars. Let them. You did not walk this path for their approval. You walked it to find your truth. And now you live it. You cook with intention. You speak with care. You tend to your garden and your people as if they are sacred because they are. You dance without shame. You sing even when your voice cracks. You rise each day and say, I am still here. That is enough. Home now is wherever you walk in truth. It may be a cabin in the woods, a tiny house near the river, a kitchen filled with laughter, a quiet porch where you feed the birds. It may even be a place inside your chest where the old pain no longer claws, but curls like smoke and fades into memory. The ancestors smile. They see you resting. They see you tending. They see you returning not just to your people, but to yourself. The journey home is not quick. It is not loud. It is a slow gathering, a gentle unfolding, like leaves opening in spring. You are not who you were before the storm, but you are not broken. You are becoming, and each step forward, each breath of morning air, each time you hold another's hand and say, you are not alone, that is home. So walk on, firekeeper. Walk with grace. The path remembers you. The land remembers you. And now, at last, you remember yourself. Welcome home.